The addict is worse because the addict's in there be on it. The dealer just doing what he trying to do. It's crazy. He's saying y'all going broke. Or if you want to be technical about it, he's saying y'all get got me up. I need a thumbs up.
100%. That's illegal. Yes. But the slave master never gets blamed, only the slave? Tell me how that works. And the Republicans are just like, shut up, pay your debts. It's your fault. Which is partly true. You accrue a lot of debt. You shouldn't have. On the other hand, it's not just you at fault. So here's the analogy that always occurs to me that I never hear anyone use, which is drug addiction. So you have the drug addict, and we disapprove of drug addiction. Of course we do, you fucking drug addict. But ultimately, we don't punish the drug addict as harshly as we punish the person who sells them the drugs, do we? Who's worse, the addict or the dealer? Obviously the dealer. Look at the penalties. Look at the moral outrage. We matter.
The addict is worse because the addict's in there be on it. The dealer just doing what he trying to do.
Pablo Escobar or some guy dying of a drug OD in Central Park? It's not even close. Pablo Escobar is the root of the problem. He's the one getting rich from the addict's misery. Well, I have no idea why we don't assume the same posture toward debt. Yeah, the kid shouldn't be, 50 grand in hock to a credit card company, but what about the credit card company? They have no role in this? They sent this kid a credit card offer in college when he's 23? They're letting him buy DoorDash on credit, which is very common now. Buy now, pay later, that's debt. It's disguised, no interest, but there are late fees. It's debt, and it's debt slavery, and they're enslaved by it. But the slave master never gets blamed, only the slave? Tell me how that works. That is totally illegitimate. It's immoral. And it's on us as adults. I mean, I have no debt. That's rule one, no debt. I won't buy, I can't afford it. I'm not buying that. Not because I'm a virtuous person, because I'm so afraid of debt, because I know that it means no freedom. I'm indebted. I'm literally indebted. I'm not free. And no one ever says that. Anyone who says it is like, shut up, socialist. But even the socialists aren't saying it. That's what blows my freaking mind. That's when you know it is a real conspiracy. You talk to the DSA kids. Oh, I'm so radical. I'm in DSA. Whites are bad.
He might be off that bag. I need a thumbs up. He might be off that bag, y'all.
That's not radical, dude. That's just fucking stupid. You want to challenge power? Why don't you criticize the banks once in a while? What? All they want to talk about is race and gender. Where's the real power? In white supremacy when whites are dying off? It's not in white supremacy, son. It's at Citibank and JP Morgan. You didn't know that? They themselves are tools of actual power, left and right. The right is way off into libertarian economics. Just the free market. There isn't a free market in this country. Period. Hasn't been in my lifetime, for sure. There definitely isn't now. It's a monopoly economy, obviously. And then the left is way up and all this other garbage meant to divide the population against itself to keep them from challenging actual power. And I'm not for revolution, but we're going to get a revolution if we don't readjust a little bit soon. So I would say let's hold lenders at least as accountable as we hold debtors, because that's fair and obvious. And in fact, I think lenders are way more culpable than borrowers. And let's take a good look at the interest rates. No society has ever allowed usury at the scale that we do. Oh, shut up. You can't talk about usury. Why? Because you're benefiting from it? Fuck you. I'm not afraid of you. Like, are you? No. What's the top rate for a payday loan in the United States? I'll tell you, it's 600% annually. 600%. That's illegal. Yes.
Holy shit.
And why don't we care? Because it's just black people. It's the ghetto, or it's poor people. It's not just black people. Of course, it's literally not. But in your mind, you're like, oh, that's pathetic. A payday loan. Okay, but that's a human being. That's a fellow citizen, and we don't care at all.
It's just black people. Just black people. In our heads. It's just black people.
600%
It's
annual
a
interest?
desperate human being.
Why is that allowed? Why is it so hard to say, how about no? The same reason you can't make my daughter into a prostitute, OnlyFans, because it's disgusting. And if we can't say it's disgusting, at the very least, before we even say it's illegal, how about it's just bad? Then we've lost the most basic defense mechanism that allows any society to continue. You have to be able to say, no, that's too big a threat to us. No, Satanism is not the same as Christianity. You can't have a Satanist, crash in the state capitol or whatever they call it, shrine to Satan. We're not doing that because that's self-destruction. One of the greatest threats, you could argue it, but definitely one of the greatest threats is debt. And people are getting rich from debt. I know them personally, and so do you. We call it finance. That's the name of it, finance. What does finance mean? It means loaning money to people at interest. There's a place for that. I don't think that it's inherently evil to loan money to people. I've loaned money to 1 million people personally. I never get it back, but whatever. Anyway, the point is...
This dude,
it's not inherently evil, but the details matter. At what rate? Who are you loaning it to? What are the terms? There has to be some boundary, or else it's just pure exploitation of your fellow human beings, your fellow citizens. And rather than rein it in, we celebrate the people who do it. And we wind up with the entire economy is based on what? Finance and real estate. And neither one is a productive industry. One is loaning money at interest and the other is just reselling dirt. Okay, that is not going to last. That's not, and then tech. I complain about tech a lot. I'm worried about the implications of emerging technologies. Obviously I've talked about a lot. But the idea of tech, building something new, creating something, of course, that's what we're supposed to do as people, make something new. So that's like inherently more legitimate. Real estate and finance are components of a healthy economy. If you find that they are the economy, you're going to get what you deserve, dude. And nobody is saying that. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because the real estate and finance lobbies are way more powerful than the normal person lobby, which doesn't exist. But young people, anyway, I'm far afield, but the point is young people are being destroyed economically, and they have no opportunity. They're being disrespected and lectured and given a whole pharmacopoeia of every kind of drug to keep them passive so they don't foment a revolution, so they stay in their little cages, which is sinister. It's lethal. It's homicidal, actually. It kills the spirit at very least. But not just that. They can't own anything. And the idea that you're going to roll out with a straight face a 50-year mortgage, which is literally the opposite of what we need. Who benefits from a 50-year mortgage? Well, the guy collecting 50 years of interest. Who loses in that deal? The guy who doesn't own his house. He's a renter for 50 years.
No matter where you're watching.
It's crazy. He's saying y'all going broke. Or if you want to be technical about it, he's saying y'all getting so much into debt that when y'all do get money, it's like y'all ain't got money. So when y'all are rich, when you actually rich, you really still broke, but you just living in a facade. I don't know, but y'all, I would like to know what y'all think. Got me up. I need a thumbs up.